But to look your enemy in the eye, knowing you'll remember his face for the rest of your life, now that takes a stomach much stronger than you'll ever have.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to episode 3 of The Knights of the Old Republic with the Sith Lords Restored content mod applied. How is everybody today? I hope you're well. Tell me what you think of the new intro. It's a bit of a work in progress, but I'm quite happy with the initial results. If you hate it, let me know. It's probably a good idea for me to know that. Hey. Okay, right, where were we? We were just going to talk to this HK protocol droid, weren't we, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the last episode, so without further ado, let's unpause the game and see what he has to say.
Greeting. It is a pleasure to see you intact, Master.
Well, thank you.
How may I be of assistance?
How do you know me? I'm not your master. What are you? Have you seen a T3 unit? I'm looking for a way to Paraga's hangar bay, or what's that body there? We're going to start with, how do you know me?
Answer. I am a survivor of the Harbinger, just as you were, Master. With the unexpected termination of my previous master, you are the only organic which I may now serve.
I see. Who was your previous master?
Answer. The captain of the Harbinger, Master. I was in transit to Telos to facilitate communications and terminate hostilities. However, we did not arrive at our intended destination.
Evidently. What happened?
Irritated answer. Oh, Master, it is such a long, dull story, and not terribly relevant to our current situation.
Why don't you... For a droid, you don't take orders too well. It's entirely true.
Hesitant explanation. That has been the subject of considerable discussion since our arrival here, Master. Many have attempted to claim you and this unit as salvage. I was crudely interrogated concerning our brief history together on board the Harbinger, before its communications, weapons, and engines suffered the cascade failure that disabled the ship.
Cascade failure, eh?
Speculation. It is possible you were incapacitated and locked in the well-shielded cargo compartment as the Harbinger was being systematically crippled, Master.
Systematically crippled?
Clarification. Yes, Master. No doubt the flurry of destruction on board the Harbinger somehow drugged you into a stupor from which you could not awaken. Most curious. Placation. Merely a turn of phrase, Master. The implication that your state was due to the result of ingesting large quantities of Juma juice was unintentional. I meant to communicate only that you were somehow rendered unconscious before you were locked securely in the cargo hold. Clarification. By locked, I meant sealed, Master. My vocabulator seems to be malfunctioning.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm beginning to get a little suspicious about this HK protocol droid. I don't know about you, but he seems to be a little bit leery. Okay, let's ask him, how did I get from the Harbinger to here? Harbinger. Excuse me.
Recitation. Following the unusual set of coincidences that led to the cascade failure in the Harbinger's systems, we were boarded by a small freighter with unknown ID codes. It appeared that this freighter had been attacked, and the captain wanted to study it. This freighter appeared to be still spaceworthy. Your cargo compartment was breached, and you were taken on board the freighter shortly before the Harbinger's systems began to go critical. I, too, managed to board the freighter before the Harbinger's destruction. We were most fortunate to have survived, Master.
I'm sure we were. Okay, my choices here are any idea what attacked the small freighter? What was this freighter that the Harbinger brought aboard? Why would they take me aboard? Okay, let's ask what had attacked the small freighter.
Evaluation. Master, I do not know. Judging from the damage, it had been attacked by a much larger vessel, and when it attempted to escape the Harbinger with you on board, it was fired on again. Addendum. It does seem odd that such a small vessel has a high probability of attracting the attention of much larger vessels. Not a welcome trait in a freighter, to be sure.
See, that seems like the first honest thing that he said all day. Nothing duplicitous about that. I think he was as surprised as the crew were.
Explanation. I believe it was a smuggler's vessel by the name of the Ebon Hawk. Speculation. As to its purpose, I do not know. Perhaps it was always its intention to play dead, then kidnap you off the Harbinger and rob me of my bounty.
Your bounty, you say? Let's question him about that bounty. Bounty?
Clarification. By bounty, I refer to your life, Master. It would pain me to see you damaged in any way. That is why the arrival of this Ebon Hawk caused me considerable distress.
Okay. But why would the ship have taken me off the Harbinger?
Apology. My memory core cannot provide a clear answer on that point, Master. Suffice to say that once we arrived at this floating rock, our situation became much clearer.
I'm sure. How so? How did it become much clearer, HK?
Explanation. Despite my market value, Master, the miners were far more interested in you. It did not take long for me to ascertain the reason for this. While an HK protocol droid is a valuable piece of property, Jedi are worth much more in certain exclusive markets across the galaxy. Painful admission. I must confess to feelings of inferiority at the speculated difference between my value and the price for your capture. I was forced to remind myself it was not due to a failing of my model or function, but because you were a Jedi.
Oh, I love it. Well, how did they find out I was a Jedi? How could they possibly know?
Surprised answer. Why, I told them, Master. You are the exiled Jedi who served with Revan in the Mandalorian Wars, are you not? All that has happened has not been the result of a miscommunication. If so, then the problem lies with the core word databases, which are notoriously spotty.
What's this unpleasantness that occurred? That information wouldn't have been in core word databases, only in Jedi archives. That's interesting. Let's say that.
Indignant exclamation. Master, I am only a protocol droid, but it is part of my function to know such information and relay it to any interested parties in the interests of terminating any potential hostiles.
Potential hostiles, eh? Terminating any potential hostiles.
Quick clarification. Apparently my vocabulator has suffered some damage, Master. I meant terminating any potential hostilities.
I'm sure you did.
Answer. All that has happened has been because they believed you to be a Jedi, Master. They debated what to do with you as you lay unconscious in the medical bay. One group seemed intent on selling you as property. The other group opposed this.
I see, and then what happened?
3 standard hours after the division between the miners became apparent, accidents began to occur throughout the facility. A result of improper maintenance, I believe. These accidents coincided with the degradation of the mining droid behavioral cores. Crude models are prone to such failures, resulting in murderous rampages. The mortality rate of organics in the facility rose quickly.
It sounded kind of pleased about that, didn't it?
Many miners began to join you in the medical bay as a cascade of flawlessly timed detonations occurred in isolated gas pockets in the lower levels of the facility. The explosions herded the miners into emergency sections of the station, quickly and efficiently cutting them off from communications and facility control. But sadly enough, not the ventilation systems.
Oh dear. What do you mean, sadly enough?
You see, the explosions had damaged specific sections of this facility's ventilation systems, causing a slow, lethal buildup of toxic fumes in the dormitory level.
Are you responsible for all this, HK? I'm a little bit, suspicious of you.
Defensive answer. Master, I am a protocol droid, not a well-crafted assassination droid of unrivaled sophistication. To have carried out the actions that took place here would have required an unusual set of skills. It is highly unlikely I possess the knowledge of how to reprogram the memory cores of base worker-class droids into killing machines, let alone to terminate the organics at this facility, utilizing only Aerotech 500 series laser mining drills and explosives fashioned from proton missile cores.
Well, I think you're responsible.
Admission. I cannot and will not attempt to change your mind, Master. I would urge you to consider that your Kotor tank treatments may have caused some disorientation.
Yeah, speaking of Kotor tank, treatment, do you know who administered the sedatives to the Kotor tanks in the medical bay, killing the incapacitated miners?
Conjecture. The administration of a large dose of sedatives over a short period of time would likely prove fatal to miners, although not to a Jedi.
Is that right?
Jedi, it would simply render them unconscious for ease of transport. Quite inventive.
For ease of transport. Is that pride I hear in your voice?
Answer. I was merely commenting on the idea itself, Master, not the execution of the idea. Though that, too, was inventive. Besides, Master, those miners intended to murder you, or worse. Any complaints they would have at being murdered would be the highest form of hypocrisy.
Okay, let's just, I had some more questions for you.
Master, how may I be of assistance?
Okay, right, I'm going to leave him for a moment and just have a quick shifty around, see what I can find. Let's have a look at the maintenance officer's corpse. He's got some nice bits and bobs that I can take, and that was an illuminating conversation with the HK droid. Now, I think some of the Sith Lord's restored content actually increases the amount of dialogue options and dialogue lines that you have with him. There's a sonic imprint sensor there. That's interesting. With the protocol droid's help, I've finished work on the sonic imprint sensors. I've installed them in the mining droids, but I'm locking up the original here to prevent the other miners from using the ability to record and playback voices to override the droid's voice print protocols. Okay, so we might be able to do something with this sensor. Okay. Well,
it is a pleasure to see you intact, Master. Greeting.
Alright, calm yourself.
It is a pleasure to...
Okay, let's ask what he is.
Proud answer. I am an HK series protocol droid master, skilled in transorganic relations and communications. This model has been responsible for the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities across the galaxy.
I'm sure it has.
In over 6,000 forms of communication, and am also capable of nuances of expression ranging from irony to veiled threats. Clarification. Oh, yes, Master. Sometimes the facilitation of communications and termination of hostilities requires the use of every weapon in one's verbal arsenal. The unspoken threat of violence to a listener's loved ones, or if possible, their entire planet, can effectively break the deadlock in the most stubborn of negotiations. Of course, Master.
Oh, I do like this droid. He's magnificent. Okay, I'm looking for a way into the Parag's hunger bay.
Answer. Oh, that is unfortunate, Master. The hangar is sealed behind a containment field. It would be impossible to open it.
What about the override codes?
Answer. Only the Paragus administration officer would have such codes, Master. If he hasn't already been murdered in an unfortunate accident, then he is trapped in the dormitory section, which has been effectively cut off from the facility by explosives.
I see. Okay, there must be another way to reach the dormitory.
Theory. You could walk across the surface of the asteroid to the dormitory airlock, but such a route would be extremely hazardous, and I do not wish to see you damaged.
Okay, the two options I have here are those miners could be hurt or in danger. We need to make sure they're all right. Or I only want the codes these miners have. And when I have the codes, I'll dispose of them and leave this rock. You see, that's the implication of murder isn't something I'm interested in. We're just going to make sure they're all right for this one. I was hoping there would be a middle-of-the-road option, but there isn't, so we're going to make sure they're all right.
Master, continued exploration of this facility may place you in unnecessary danger. I encourage you to return to the medical bay and wait for retrieval from a vessel that is no doubt on the way, even as we continue this pointless conversation.
Pointless, HK. Okay, I'm your master, and I'm giving you an order to assist me.
Weary resignation. Very well, Master, but there is very little that I can do. You see, the airlock is sealed by a code.
Okay, this just keeps on getting better and better. Who's got the damn code?
Oh, I already possess the code, Master, but I am afraid that it will do you no good.
What do you mean?
Condescending explanation. Master, the console governing the droid maintenance area and the airlock is voice-printed music. In the last days of his life, the maintenance officer was quite careful about voice protocols, bordering on paranoid obsession.
I see.
I suspect once he realized something was wrong in the facility, he voice-locked the droid bay functions. A prudent measure, but in the end, he met the same fate as the rest of the organics.
Okay, but you do know the code.
Condescending explanation. Oh, yes, Master. The code is Maintenance Control Voice Print ID R1B5. But unless the maintenance officer speaks the code, it is useless.
And he's dead.
Placating answer. Oh, of course, Master. I shall endeavor not to forget such descriptors in the future. If I do, I assure you, it is merely a result of memory damage I have suffered since our arrival.
He's such a sarcastic bastard.
Answer. Master, you cannot.
That was me
You are
asking how I
trapped
can
here just
bypass
as
the
I
voice
am.
print.
There is nothing to do, except patiently wait for whatever the future has in store for us.
I had some more
Of course,
questions for you.
Master, how may I be of assistance?
We're going to ask about that body down there. That's evidently the maintenance officer, and we're going to ask what he knows about it.
Answer. That is all that remains of the maintenance officer, Master. At the end, he was quite incoherent from the pain, and attempts to facilitate communications with him proved useless. I heard his dying screams as the droids he tended turned on him, mining him like a piece of asteroid rock.
Screams?
Recitation? Oh, yes, Master. The record of his last moments were...
5 droids, burning through the outer door. They're forcing their way into the bay. Please, someone! Oh no, they're through! Oh, my leg! They're burning through my leg! Oh, stop! Stop, please!
Addendum. His remaining attempts at communication are variations in Decibel Master, ranging from frenzied screams to gibbering inarticulate attempts to beg for his life.
So if you can play back his voice, you could probably speak the voice code.
Objection. Master, to commit such an act would be in violation of the ethics programming most droids are believed to possess. I am afraid there is nothing that can be done.
Okay, this thing seems to have a perverse sense of pride, and one of the options here is Persuade and Sonic Sensor. I understand if your limited functionality prevents you from mimicking the maintenance officer's voice accurately. So let's try doing that and see if we can prickle his pride into getting him to do what we want.
Irritated objection. Master, there is nothing wrong with my communications functionality. I will prove it. A recitation. Maintenance control voice print ID R1B5. There. Was that sufficient, Master?
Yes, I think that's all I need.
Confused query. I am sorry, Master. Were you speaking to yourself?
Okay, time for me to be going. Magnificent. Got a couple of light side points there. I'll offset the dark side points for whenever I talk to Atten. Okay, we're just going to use this workbench here. Use the workbench to upgrade items. Now, we have a melee weapon. Nothing we can do, actually. Let's have a look if we can upgrade anything on the miner's uniform. No, in fact, we've got nothing useful, so let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. And see if we can continue on our journey. Whoop. Let's shock that thing. Lob a sonic grenade over. Oh shit, they're in behind me. Go and give it a whack. Oh snap. And we'll give that a good shocking. Oosh! Oh god, while it's still alive, 2 big droids have turned up. What are these? They look... Oh god, I'm being gassed! Run! Alright, let's sonic grenade them. One more. Whew, that's that problem dealt with. Oh, look, got some remains here. Here we go. Alright, looks like we can level up, so let's do that. We can increase some of our attributes. What do you reckon, ladies and gentlemen? I think for this one, we are going to continue with wisdom this time. Yeah, wisdom it is, because it's going to add modifiers to our force points, and that's always useful. I want to go up in persuade. I think I'm going to go up in repair 1 or 2, and then we're going to take treat injury up. There you go, that's what we can have. Oh, we can play with our force powers a little bit more. Let's see what we can get, ladies and gentlemen. What does this thing do? Oh, I'm not sure about that. That doesn't look good. We took force scream in the last section. Mind trick. Ooh, drain force. That might be useful for later on. And accept. Evidently drain force isn't going to do anything right now, but there we are. Let's see if we can use our security skill. We're in. Whoa, hello. Oh, I missed it. Oh, for the love of Christ. Hello, boys. Well, these things just keep turning up. Right, that's that dealt with. Jesus Christ, they're just coming from all angles, aren't they, ladies and gentlemen? Nothing interesting in here. Let's continue on our way. What's through here? Oh. Alright, are there any more of these things? These are mines, as far as I can tell. I'm going to leave them where they are, and then I can shock them to death in a moment. Anything good through here? See if we can get our security into there. Yep, we've got it. We've got a reflex package. Now, I think what a reflex package is it's something that we can stick into our own head. There we go. Anything else? Let's take an energy shield there. Excuse me. Right, that's what we can do here. Let's just have a quick... Okay, that turbo lift is going to take us back to the administration level. That's interesting stuff. Good stuff, in fact. Alright, we've got a little of our force points back. So let's deal with those mines so I don't get dicked on. Oh, can't. Well, while we're thinking about that, I think we want to go over to this maintenance station here. And we're going to enter the voice print code.
Maintenance control, voice print ID, R1B5.
Okay, let's open the airlock with the maintenance officer override. Magnificent, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting somewhere. Okay, we can log out. Now, one thing I do love about this game is just the attention to detail they've given to the conversations. There's not a lot of games that do that because people don't necessarily want a lot of voicing games anymore. I'm not really sure why. But I think it really adds something. Yeah, okay. In order to exit the airlock, you will need the spacesuit stored in the locker in this room. It should equip automatically when you select the outer airlock. Okay. There you go. Got the spacesuit, and okay. I think what we're going to do is we're going to have a little spacewalk. Let's go. Hey, look at me in my little spacesuit. Let's do this thing. Oh my god, I'm running like a spanner. I'm enjoying myself far too much, ladies and gentlemen. A little spacewalk. Oh, didn't mean to pause. Nothing should ever run this fast.
That's about time. I lost your signal after you left the mining tunnels. Now you're
Oh, hey, dickhead.
Except I'm picking you up on the exterior of the facility, on the asteroid's surface. That can't be right.
Look out the window, douchebag.
Huh? What are you doing out there?
Okay, I need to reach the miners in the dormitory section. This is the only way to get there. I'm just taking a relaxing walk. That's what I'm going to say.
You're crazy, even for a Jedi. Look, you need to get out of there, quick.
And why is that? Something wrong?
What little is left of the facility's venting systems have gone active, most likely from the explosions in the mining tunnels. They're venting Gragas fuel deposits into space through the exterior vents, right in your path.
That is most unfortunate. Looks like I'll have to hurry then.
The vents look like they've been purposely rerouted to vent the gases to the exterior. And only in the last few minutes. It's almost as if... Now what now?
What now indeed?
I don't believe this. There's a ship coming in, sending a docking code.
Okay, what ship is this?
Feeling about this.
This is a worry. That, ladies and gentlemen, looks like it's the Harbinger. Perhaps the Republic are here to look after me. But then again, perhaps not. It doesn't look like many of them are alive, ladies and gentlemen. And who's this attractive-looking gentleman here? Wow, this is a concern, ladies and gentlemen. Wouldn't like to meet him in a dark alleyway, would you? Oh. Oh god, looks like she's coming into dock. Wow, look at that. This is genuinely a concern, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know who or what is on board that vessel, but I'm not sure that it's going to be friendly. Yep, she's definitely coming into dock. And with whatever the fuck that thing was on board. Looks like a refueling pod is going in. And there goes the docking area. Right, it's docked. I think we've got to be a little more careful.
He's coming.
Oh, hey, Kreia. Who's he? Looks like Kreia knows something I don't, as usual. So I'm going to start running like a crazy dude. It's a really cool thing watching it dock in real time there. Okay, let's get into the dormitory level. Magnificent stuff. And we're in. Oh, look, droids. Look, sir, droids! Right then. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time we left this episode here. We've had a lot of dialogue, which I've thoroughly enjoyed. I hope you have too. In addition to that, the Harbinger has arrived with something that doesn't look very healthy on board, and I'm a little bit concerned about that. We have gained access to the dormitory level, and hopefully we're going to get those access codes, meaning that we can leave Paragus. But it looks like we may have some competition. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this, do like and subscribe. I'd also like to thank the XP Gamers Live for making the choice to host this on their channel, which I'm really, really pleased about, because they've got a great audience of fans, and I'm glad that they want me to share it with them. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully I will talk to you soon. As always, Gul Dukat out!